First of the month. Okay, that's not how it's Day 30 of the NaPodPoMo.
One really good try.
NaPodPoMo. This is what it's like when I want my kids to read a word, and I look at them, and they say. I'm like, really? Come on, spit it out, child. It's 3 letters. Dry. You can't say dry. Really? D-R-Y. Dry. Yeah, that happened today.
Shut
Not kidding at all. It's exactly what happened today.
Clearly, you don't remember teaching Keegan to read.
No,
It was
it's
like
not that.
pulling teeth from a toothless man.
These
to
are
get her to
high
sound
schoolers.
So?
Oh, but it matters.
They're high schoolers
Oh,
learning
I got the
another
best.
language.
I got the best. So, the kid that should never have been brought into the program last year should never have been there. Never, ever in life. He should never. He had bad grades in junior high school in Chinese. So he's like the worst of the worst.
Yep.
Like, he doesn't even know how to be a student at school yet.
Damn.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm not talking about somebody who's trying and failing. I'm talking about somebody who doesn't even know how
to try.
No, he doesn't know what learning is. He's that far gone. Okay? He can't read 2-letter words in English.
Oi.
Yeah.
That's a 2-letter
My kids in Thailand were way further ahead, and they were coming from kindergarten. Remember that?
Yep. You had first and second graders.
Right. Okay. His parents came today.
Oh, Lord.
Now, here's my issue. Why did they come? Because what was there to talk about?
Are you still doing parent-teacher conferences?
Yeah. I think this should be the last one. I don't think we're going to have any more after this. So it's like, all day long, I'm thinking, because we met them in the middle of the day. So it's like, what is there to talk about with someone who maybe the parents don't know, right? So I'm like, okay, maybe the parents don't know. Like, a lot of our parents don't know about their kids. So it's like, okay, I'll talk to them and find out what they know. Dad starts telling me how this son he was good year 1 of junior school, like good, like in math, and failed everything else.
Whoa.
That they gave him, that he has had many teachers in English, and none of it took. None of it stuck.
So why do they keep pushing him?
In junior high school, he had this. So then he goes through his next year in junior high school, and he's failing everything, even the math that he was doing good the year before. And I'm just like, what the hell? And they started talking about him coming from the countryside and all that. It's like, none of this has anything to do with, like, years in junior high school. Like, if you knew that he was having issues back in junior high school, why did you put him in an intensive style English curriculum course and you knew he had no English? I mean, literally, he can't read almost any words. He's like it's not there. He can't do it.
Does he have some sort of disability?
Yeah, it's called dumbassery.
No, seriously.
No, seriously, dumbassery. He's just a dumbass kid. Like dumb in Chinese, dumb in English, dumb.
But why was he doing well and then all of a sudden he...
I don't know. You think I'm going to get an honest answer out of Chinese parents?
No, never.
If they dropped his ass or kicked him down some stairs, I wouldn't know. They're not going to tell me.
Or have him drinking tap water.
Yeah, whatever. He lives at school, though. You know? But yeah, absolutely amazing. I was just like floored when the parents were telling us how bad this kid actually was. And they knew.
Wow.
That's essentially when I got up and left.
Yeah.
I was just like...
So why did they come? Did they...
I don't know. That's my thing.
Couldn't have
It's
expected
like,
you to say, "Oh, he's doing a great job."
no, hell no. It's like, I don't know. I don't know why they came. I don't know what they expected to get out of it. They knew their child. They were so not like other Chinese parents that come in and they're just not sure about like who their child is. Or a lot of them have said over the past few weeks that they literally don't talk to their kids when their kids come home because their kid doesn't want to have anything to, like the kids are like, I don't know these people.
Right.
Yeah, it's like and usually what one set of parents was saying is that their kids come home on Friday, and of course they have classes on Saturdays.
Right, and they've got tons of homework to do.
And then they go to sleep, and they're like, why are they sleeping so much? It's like,
because they're tired.
they were just in school all week, and then you put them in a class.
Yeah.
What did you expect them to do? You expect them to stay up and talk to your ass? It's like, of course not. They're going to go to sleep. They're tired. They're tired all week long. You know? I mean, they're not getting enough sleep already.
Oh, no. No. They don't
for
get
teenagers,
enough sleep.
so
they
I
don't
mean,
get enough sleep even as the small children.
Yeah,
they don't
exactly.
Get enough sleep.
So it's just like, as soon as they get an opportunity, they're going to go to sleep.
Yeah, which they should. They need it.
Oh, it's so funny to me. So funny. I was just like, oh my God, you guys are way. It's like you're paying for this child to be in a program, and unless they're going to just falsify everything like students have done in the past, where would he go? I mean, he can't. If he sat down and tried to do elementary school work in English, he couldn't do it.
Oh.
I am totally serious now. I'm talking about like just basic
Apple. Ball.
see dick run
Oh, damn.
type shit. That kind of stuff. And he can't read it. These are not, I always help students with the big words. So, okay, as a teacher, I sit there and I have students reading. So we'll go around the room, one student to be reading. So for like today, one paragraph each. The whole thing we were reading was only 2 pages. I always give them a goal. Let's get it done, 30 minutes, we go to lunch. Okay. Most of them try to step up and try to kind of read a little bit faster. They want to get it done. They get to a word that they don't know. I see them trying to sound it out or whatever. And I'll let them try to say whatever it is. And then I'll tell them what the real thing is so that they get the real sound. I can't do that with him because I'll just be reading.
Oh.
That's how bad it is. Even I am not kidding. It's that bad. So what I do with him is I just let him go.
It's like me learning Thai.
It's like
just not gonna happen.
No, it's like gibberish.
Oh.
He's just like yeah. It's like what he's saying doesn't even match what's on the page at all.
He's just
like
mumbling.
no sounds match. And then you get to the end and I'm like, okay. And then I just read it. Because it's every word.
Yeah.
So if he tried to say every word and then I said every word, it would just be stupid sounding.
Right.
Nobody would get the meaning. But yeah, he's a special kind of nothing right there. Because man,
that's really sad.
no, it's not sad to me because these parents chose to put him in a program that he was never ready for. I mean, the other guy in the class that was like him last year,
Yeah.
they sat next to each other. He went back a year.
Yep.
Okay, and then went back a year in the Gaokao program.
Well, that was smart because
Because he'll never go abroad and be successful.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just not.
Yeah.
Unless they have some special program for special needs Chinese kids.
Yep.
That sounds weird. You know, because if you got national retardation, I mean, that's like everybody.
All of them.
But I mean, if you got special needs type course.
Right.
For second language learners, where you never get a grade. You're always looking at how you have improved from last week to this week.
Right.
You know, that kind of grading system, but nobody does that at university and nobody does that in high school. So where is that child going to find that program?
They aren't.
Ridiculous.
They aren't.
Absolutely ridiculous. All right. So we've listened to the news.
Oh, God. You're going to actually talk about it.
We have... It's our last NaPodPoMo, baby!
Oh, you actually said it right. Congratulations.
2017. So, as our last one, and we say goodbye to Mr. Matt Lauer. What the fuck?
Dude.
Okay, I have some specific questions for you.
All right.
So, when did it become a thing for men?
Nope, let's specify because we ain't seen nobody of color doing what you about to ask.
I understand, but I'm just saying, when did it become a thing for people of color or just people, men, just men? I'm sticking to men because we have not heard, except for Bill Cosby, we have not heard about men.
John
black
Conyers.
men, and John Conyers. So we got two. We haven't really gotten into the depths of that, just like we haven't heard a lot about, say, the predatory style women out there in those powerful positions either.
Right.
We haven't gotten to them yet either.
Yeah.
So it's coming, but okay. When did it become a thing for these men to have someone come in the room with them and they just drop their drawers? Because you know what? It's funny, because when I think of that, the image I get is Eddie Murphy's Dexter St. John. Swinging his dick.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's the image I get. So, okay. I with Dexter, it would almost seem like normal. Like, yeah, you got big dick. You just drop your drawers. No big deal.
Right. Say hello.
But what the hell are these guys just drop? I mean, what?
See,
come on now. When did this become a thing?
There need to be more women like me, because I walk in a room and a man drop his pants like that, I'd start laughing at him. Like, what the fuck is that?
I know, but that's not the point, though. It's not about trying to shame the man. Why
yeah,
would
they
a
need
man,
to be shamed.
No, why does a man think it's okay to do that?
I don't know.
Where does that come from?
Listen, I can't tell you that because that doesn't make any motherfucking sense to anybody. You're just going to whack off on a plant. You're going to drop trowel and say, come have a meeting. I don't understand.
I don't understand. I mean, I don't understand how
I don't understand. And Matt's straight gangster with it. He's got a switch on his desk to lock his door.
Okay, that's something else. That's my next thing. You can't go to the next thing yet. I'm still on the drop and trowel thing.
I don't know.
How do you get to the point how does any man get to the point where they have an office or a hotel room or whatever, they call somebody to come to the room and they just drop their drawers? Or they drop the bathrobe.
I don't know.
Who does now here's the thing. You know how they say say with the mice, you see one, there's probably, many more behind the walls or whatever.
Like a cockroach.
Think about the many more.
Right.
What the hell? Just drop the draw? No, hell no. See,
Okay.
That means it's a thing.
I have never I've been around a lot of men in my life, but I have never experienced that. I have never heard of such a thing.
I don't even know. I don't think I have ever, even with someone who I was intimate with, Like, so I'm just standing in the living room, just drop my...
Man,
I have
wish
never...
you might. I
have
would be a happy camper, but it ain't never happened. We've been together 17
I have never
years.
done that. That is not something that's even in my brain to do. What man out there? I need guys to explain this to me. When is this ever okay to do in the workplace?
No. No.
All of these things are people in their jobs. They're not,
know.
you know what I'm saying? It's not at home, we had a good date. No. This is not what we're talking about.
No.
This is not why these men are being fired.
No.
These companies trying to protect themselves from the past behavior of these men. This is at work.
Right.
Okay, now moving on to your
straight gangster.
No. Yeah. The freaking button. Who installed the button? And who else got a damn button to lock the door?
And if there's a security button to lock the door, wouldn't that mean somebody else was alerted that the door had been locked? Because from the way Rachel Maddow described it in her show, all high-profile personalities have this switch in their office for security purposes. So that would mean that anytime that switch was flipped, that somebody in the security office should have been alerted.
Okay, so tell me this. If someone in security was alerted, wouldn't they have also maybe like a camera somewhere?
You'd think.
Because you're not gonna be blind as a security. Like, if somebody pushed the button, locked down their office, you would need to know what was happening inside and outside of that room to know if you need to take other action or not.
Yeah.
Say the person just locked the door because they wanted to lock the door and they're in there by themselves doing work.
Okay, I'm going to play devil's advocate for a second. And as a woman who has been sexually assaulted, I know this is going to sound strange, but he flips the switch, right? Locks the door. Now, security sees the lock has been flipped, and the camera comes on, and they take a look. And Matt Lauer sits there and says to the woman, unbutton your blouse. Now, they don't see a struggle. They see this woman unbuttoning her blouse. And then he bends her over the chair and does his thing. Security now is getting a show.
Does he do his thing, or do they do their thing?
Well, that's the thing. Because as far as I'm concerned, if there's no, leave me alone, that is being complicit.
Well, that's the whole power thing. That's the whole power thing. If you're, depending on, that's what taking advantage of your powerful position means.
I guess.
You don't have to say no.
I'm looking at from the security guard standpoint. If he sees this going on, he's not going to think anything of it. He's going to think, oh, Matt's cheating on his wife again, whatever.
No, he's going to say, start the fucking VCR in this motherfucker.
Let's record this shit.
We got gold mine going on over here because we can release this shit in a few years.
Chicka wow wow, a chicka wow
Put that
wow.
old 70s porn music to that shit. It's on and popping. Sex tape released.
But I wouldn't say that the security guards were in on it.
Well, I hope not. It's not about them because they're not behaving badly or doing anything wrong. The problem that I'm having is somebody knew that this was a normal thing, but then everybody who has this button is now suspect.
Yeah. Which is all, according to Rachel Maddow, all high-profile personalities.
Okay, fine, but they're all now suspect.
Yeah. There has to be some sort of, if they've got that lock, there has to be some sort of recording.
I mean, maybe. I mean, it doesn't have to be.
It would seem like if you push the button,
well, because you could push the button and it could just start a phone call. And then security could be like, is everything okay? Yeah, everything's fine. And then you hang up and it's over. So it could be anything to make security not have to be worried that something's actually going wrong in that particular office.
Right.
It could be it could actually be even easier than that, where the person pushes the button and then maybe they have to enter in a code that says, the code is the determining factor. You entered it in, means everything's all right. But it's just, I two things: button and the goddamn dropping the drawers, man. I mean, is this something that people did in like university too?
I have no idea. I've never experienced this
drop
before.
The drawers in the middle.
To be fair,
drop drawers at work.
I don't spend time with white men.
But no, you're trying to conflate this to only being one group of people.
So I'm trying to say who's come out.
No. Just
could you imagine?
Those are the people that are being outed.
True.
That doesn't mean, that's like saying, oh, there were 2 white guys that were outed as being gay. That means all of white men must be gay. That's what you're saying. What I'm saying
is I have no experience with this.
Okay.
At university, I worked in jobs.
But you have friends. They have bosses that just drop their drawers.
I have no experience.
Can you come in? Can you come to the back room? We need to talk about your pay situation. And you walk in, they just drop their drawers. Really?
No.
Come on now.
Even when I worked in a company and there were only 2 women in the entire building, I never experienced any of that. And there were 30-some, 40-some men. That was never even. No. I mean, I got all kinds of, hey, let me see your nipples kind of thing, but I was just looking at them like, not going to happen. Bye-bye. Go to work.
See, that's what I'm saying. So that means, where's that guy at? Where's his case?
For what? I said no.
What do you mean for what? For the sexual harassment. Because that's what everybody else is getting caught for.
Okay.
That's exactly what's happening.
They feel harassed. I didn't.
Oh, God. So now you tell me that the strong woman just doesn't feel harassed?
No, I'm saying I didn't feel harassed. That's how I felt.
Oh, God. But then is harassment a feeling?
To some extent, yes.
No. But yes. I mean, legally.
Yes.
If I say I have been harassed, that's going to have some kind of legal bearing. And it can't be just that you felt that way. Because if there's that, then that means I can just walk around just killing motherfuckers because I feel that I'm afraid of them.
Listen, there's always that component of
no, I'm not talking about a component.
She felt harassed. She felt that her job was on the line if she didn't comply.
Yeah, I know.
She felt there's always a feeling component.
No, but what I'm saying is there still has to be something. There has to be a line somewhere.
There has to be.
At what point does the man actually go from a dismissing of a feeling, or I've now done something? Where is that line for me? I don't know where that line is. I mean, I'm to the point now where it's like I need to apologize. I don't know to who, though. I feel like I should apologize for all men. Like, all men have at some point made a comment, made a joke.
Yeah, but look, women do the same thing.
I know, but that's the point, though. At what point is it harmless, water cooler talking, especially because in corporate America, you got all these sexually frustrated, pent-up people walking around each other all day long, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then at what point does if I'm standing there, let's pull the water cooler in, because I think the water cooler is fucking complicit. Bring the water cooler in this shit. Because the water cooler is always where it happens. So you got the water coolers there. You got the man standing there talking to his buddy. Woman walks up to get some water, or maybe she walked up to say hi. She walks up, and next thing you know, you're talking about what happened that particular weekend, telling the story of what went down. The woman stands there the whole time. She listens to the story and laughs at the story at the end of the story of your ridiculous, stupid weekend. Now, if you got into some shit or did something, or say you're all single, whatever, and you tell your story of, whatever you did that weekend, and she laughs about it, am I now being offensive? See, how do I know as a man when I have offended her, because she might stand there and laugh and then walk away and then say that I was telling lewd jokes or doing something that was offensive at the water cooler? It's like, fuck.
You don't know. Here's a legal definition of sexual harassment.
Bring it on.
Unwelcome sexual advances, requests for sexual favors, and other verbal or physical conduct of a sexual nature that tends to create a hostile or offensive work environment.
Offensive. See? Offensive. So that I'm offended. That's all I have to say now.
So I wasn't harassed because I wasn't offended.
No, but my point is, how does the guy know how to behave around any individual person, male or female? Because this could go any kind of way. Because
really could.
I could be standing there talking about, say some dude that I saw at the gay bar, right?
Yep.
And then next thing you know, I'm offending
The straight guy.
The gay guy.
Oh, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I could be offending someone else and I might not even know that person was gay.
Right.
How is any of this right?
It's not.
I mean, I am all for protecting people. No means no. I mean, that's why we grew up.
Right, we did.
You know,
that was our
like mantra.
That was our
no
mantra.
means no. Don't say no to drugs. Right? Got milk. I mean, come on now.
Wrap your stump before you hump.
Okay, that was
That was 90s, the 80s, late 80s and early 90s.
I don't know the stump thing. It was
Really?
all about the glove, man.
The glove,
Without
the love
the
glove.
Ain't no
Listen,
love.
my mom used to tell me, I remember my mom telling me at 13, if you're going to have sex, make sure he wears his raincoat. And I looked at her dead in the face and said, I hope without the buckles, because that would hurt. And my dad just about died. He was like, oh my God, I have to leave the room. I can't hear this stuff. My parents were very open, but they was all about protect yourself with sex. That's how we grew up.
Yeah, but we grew up with AIDS.
We grew up with AIDS.
I mean, I don't know. It's this whole idea. I mean, just think about, and honestly, and this is the problem that I have with the whole Trump pussy grab thing. Because that conversation
Yep.
is a locker room style conversation that guys would have, whether it's true or not, whether he did it or not, it's irrelevant. That is the same conversation that guys would have when they would act like they were bigger than what they were.
Yeah.
I can just walk around and grab girls any old kind
I
of
can kiss
what,
them
what
because
he's
I
really
can't
saying
control
is
myself.
I can do whatever I want because of the man that I am.
Yeah.
I am Mr. Big Nuts up in here. I can do whatever. And then they just go along with me.
Yeah.
They act like they enjoy it. They laugh at my jokes. I ain't cute.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Yep.
okay, so how does any man take that? If you walked into a room, okay, let's say, oh God, I shouldn't say this. Okay, so knock at the door, open the door, The Rock walks in. Okay, then I lose a wife, and then,
I'll just drool a bit.
but that means this man will know that in most rooms that he walks into, he's going to be able to do things that the ugly guy
Can't. Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
And that is where the problem starts.
Yeah.
Is that moment right there. So, and I used to say this in high school all the time. Ugly guy smacks a girl in the ass. The girl gets upset, cusses him out. Denzel Washington walks in, smacks a girl in the ass, and the girl says, oh, you so crazy.
Right.
That's the fucked up part about this whole thing. So at what point does any one man know how that one woman thinks and feels? So now it's all based on each individual man.
Yes.
And
each
that's the
individual
problem.
woman.
And that's the problem. Because I have been around women that they told much more lewd stories at work in the workplace than I did.
Yeah.
They would tell me all. And sometimes they were old, saggy women. And when I say saggy, I'm talking about in the face saggy, like old saggy women. And they would tell stories and talk about what they did, and maybe in that closet over there. And you'd be like, "What the hell?" He's like, "I feel uncomfortable," But that's what, you would look at that person and you say, okay, that's how she get down, okay? But then you say something, I went out with my gay friend. Next thing you know, I've offended half the goddamn workplace.
Right.
Because the pseudo-Christian right over here, they don't like the fact that the person's gay. You got the person over here that might be gay that don't want to get outed at work. So then they start yelling at you about, being around gay people. And you got all this shit that happens. It's like, wait a minute, hold up. I have a friend. My friend's gay. Why can't I have a drink with my friend? I mean, why is that a thing? And now I've offended, many different groups at the same time.
Yep.
No, hell no. To me, that's part of the problem.
Yeah.
Is that we don't have a place where the lines are drawn.
Well, we do.
Well,
you and I grew up in the PC world.
Well, we grew up
politically
in a
correct
world before PC.
Well,
and then PC evolved with us.
And we had to go through sexual harassment training at work. And so this nonsense about the Congress just now implementing sexual harassment training. What the fuck? Have these people never had a goddamn job before the Senate?
It doesn't matter.
They've
Senate
all
makes
had
their
it
own
before.
rules. Okay, imagine you have no upper management. You have zero upper management. You're all just working your jobs, and you're all on basically the same level. Are you ever going to make rules like that for yourselves?
That you can't be a pig bastard?
Yeah. Are you going to make those rules?
I would think that you
No.
would
How many women are around?
Not many.
Exactly.
And all the ones that they talked to so far have all been harassed in some way, shape, or form.
You know why?
Because
the locker room is a safe place, like the barbershop. Like the beauty shop.
Like the fraternity hall.
Yeah, exactly. It's a safe place. You can sit there and say any fucking thing. And if you're in a place where it's all men.
Yeah.
Why is that different than the country club? Nobody talks about sexual harassment at the goddamn country club. You ain't heard them stories yet.
Nope. Sure
Tell me about Mar-a-Lago, motherfucker. Where's Mar-a-Lago at?
Right.
See? I ain't talking about that.
Yep.
See, that's the issue. That's the thing that is probably going to be the next shoe that drops is conversations and actions that happen inside of these places where it shouldn't get out.
Right.
See, the Senate was that.
Yeah. Nope.
It was a boys' club where the information just didn't get out, and these guys could do whatever they wanted inside of the club, but they could also do whatever they wanted inside of Washington.
Right.
You see, they could, there was a reason why we had a DC madam. It's not like she was broke. It's not like she didn't have any clients. I mean, come on now.
Nope. She had clients on both sides of the aisle.
Well, of course. So, I mean, think about that for a minute. How did they treat women? How did they treat people when they went out? I mean, there's stories about, like, Johnny Carson and how he behaved when off air, and Ed McMahon had to carry his ass home. I'm sure he said a lot of shit to a lot of people.
Oh, I'm sure.
And he was a comedian, right?
Right. Yep.
So I mean, imagine. Okay, so let's look at comedians. They stand on stage.
They say some shit.
And they probably offend half their crowd at any moment in time.
Yeah.
So we're going to start having cases against them just for their performance now?
Probably.
I mean, Prince offended people just by wearing whatever he was wearing at the moment.
Oh, but he was so pretty.
No, it doesn't matter. See, now you're just saying you liked it. See, that's the problem.
He was so pretty.
No. Half-naked dude out there, singing Darling Nikki. I'm sure people were offended.
I'm sure.
Well, I mean, come on. I mean, there's no and I said this when it first started.
Then David Lee Roth standing up there with some assless pants.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's racial. What I'm saying is these things have been happening, and there's no end to someone being offended. There's just no end to it. Where does it stop? At what point do you say, okay, we can't go after anybody for this behavior?
Right.
Like we went after all these other people. We just can't do that. Well, now, should the guy that's been messing around with little kids, throw his ass under the goddamn jail and be done with it.
Yeah.
Put him in prison. I'm sorry. There should never be a guy anywhere in this world that said, I only dated people with their parents' permission.
No.
I mean, what the hell?
And their parents should go right along with him.
Well, no, because the parents are allowed to make that choice. But you know what?
They're going to pimp out their
Yeah,
14-year-old
parents
daughter.
pimp out their kids all the time.
Nasty, nasty fuckers.
For all kinds of reasons.
They
My
do.
thing is...
You're right, they do. All over the world.
All over the world. My thing is that this guy, and it wasn't one time. I mean, I could understand, especially being in Alabama, I could understand that, say, a man and a girl meet, and that man does not know how old that girl is. I understand that completely. Say it works the other way with boys, women and boys, but
when you call her at school,
forget that. Once you found out how old that child was, why did you need to ask permission from her parents?
Listen,
you shouldn't have ever been.
Why are you
shouldn't have been
pursuing
trying.
her in the fucking math class?
That's a totally different thing, though.
That's sick.
Well, fine. I get that it's sick. What I'm saying, that's a totally different situation. Now you're stalking the girl.
Yes.
I'm not talking about stalking. I'm talking about you meet someone and you don't know their actual age.
Yeah.
You don't card people when you first meet them. You start talking, you get to know them. Next thing you know, you are interested in them, and you find out, like, person is under 18.
Yes.
Now, for me, that's like a walk away moment. Like, I'm sorry, but I can't do this.
Yep.
What guy goes, let me talk to your parents? What guy does that?
None that I know of.
That's just, no. Hell no.
Nasty.
Because it's like, now, there is the problem, like I've said before, about old men dating these under 18 women.
Ugh, they aren't women
And
if they're children.
Okay, you can call them children, but FYI, most of the world calls a woman as soon as she starts her cycle. So,
that's not true.
it is true.
It is not true.
It is true.
Keegan is 13 years old. She is not.
I said around the world, not
woman.
around the living room.
Listen, we are around the world. We are on the other side of the world.
Around the world, once a girl starts to have a period, she is considered a woman. She is of childbearing age. She is a woman. We in the West try to put an age on what an adult is. But as you know,
yes,
like I know, 18 don't mean mature.
It does not.
Okay, so it has nothing to do with a number, because age ain't nothing but a number.
Oh, no, not that.
But anyway, don't call me R. Kelly, because, R. Kelly had Aaliyah.
I know.
And they were married.
I was around. I listened to both of them at that time.
Mm-hmm.
I can sing every word to many of R. Kelly's.
It's not the point. The point is,
tunes.
you don't have this idea of 18 means that now this person is accessible. You see, and
right.
There are many people that will allow their under 18-year-old girls to marry people, and they sign off on it as parents, right?
They do.
Okay, so
happened in my family.
This is not outside the realm of possibility. I'm just saying that there's something wrong with the guy who is pursuing the girl after he finds out that she's under 18, and he's a public servant
and a lawyer.
I'm just saying, he's a public servant. He's working.
He knows the law inside and out.
You hope he knows the law. You hope that he cares about the law.
He clearly does not care.
All right, he clearly does not care. But it's
because he's a pedophile.
This whole thing, the pedophile under the jail, easy. That's easy peasy. You can wash your hands of that one, But this other stuff of when things progress past talk, and there's physical action. Then you start getting into the minds of the people and asking, why did this happen? Why did she allow him to do or why did he allow her to do, or why did he allow he to do, or whatever that happens to be, whatever combination you want. It's all about, then you start talking about powerful and powerless and rape or violation, or I did it because I felt that I was going to lose my job, or I wouldn't get the part, or then becomes a whole nother issue.
Yeah.
I get that. 100%. I don't even know how I don't even know how I would feel if I was in a job situation and some woman was like, you either have to sleep like my kiss, darling. See, I mean, if I'm that guy, what do I do? In his head, in that movie, in Boomerang, he believed that he kind of had to have sex with her in order to get the business that he wanted to get, in order to get the account, to do the thing that he was trying to do. He thought that was his way to do it.
Yeah.
So she had the power, he didn't, and he was vulnerable, and he thought he had to do it. Then he found out later on, of course, spoilers, that she had no power.
Right.
So it didn't matter what he did. And then he felt violated.
Yeah.
Or at least taken advantage of. But
bamboozled.
I don't know how I'd react to that. If somebody said, you have to do this thing, or basically you're not going to be working here. You know, we saw that in, what was the name of the movie with Demi Moore?
Entrapment?
No, you keep saying that. That's the wrong movie. That's Catherine
on.
Zeta-Jones. We went through this.
We went through this before.
But her and Michael Douglas, Demi Moore, Michael Douglas, or Michael Douglas is the one being pursued by Demi Moore.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know. How do you deal with that? You know, I really don't know. Honestly.
Disclosure.
There you go.
Disclosure.
Not entrapment.
And not entrapment, but it's disclosure.
But yeah, I don't know. It's definitely a murky kind of area.
Yeah.
I mean, God. Just think of this way. If I think back. So from high school on, think of things people drew.
Yeah.
That got passed around a classroom.
I didn't have that.
What?
I didn't have that.
Where people just like draw something funny and then
No.
the note would move around the classroom, everybody laugh at it, and then give it to the next person and be like, check that out.
Didn't have it. Didn't happen.
Oh, God.
Not in my classes.
I mean, I had a Kawasaki picture on my wall at work when I was working for a bank.
Yeah?
Kawasaki. It was a cow with a bunch of socks on and a saddle.
Yeah?
And it said Polish motorcycle.
That's offensive, but funny.
Yeah, see? That's what I'm saying. I mean,
well, hell, my grandpa
come on.
used to call me
You're talking about, I mean, all of this stuff that we're talking about does not have to be sexual.
No.
It was offensive. Remember, offensive was part of this.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if this person is now offended, and I took it down because someone might have been offended.
Yeah.
It was there before I got there.
It's so funny.
It's only funny if you're not Polish. If you're Polish, that's not funny.
Maybe it is.
No,
if you're
it's
a motorcycle
not.
person.
No, it's not. It's not at all.
Well, it could also.
I've talked to Polish people. That's not funny because that idea that Polish people are stupid.
Why do we think that? Why is that something that Americans?
I went through this already. We have already had this discussion.
Well, the champagne is clouding my memory.
Oh my.
My step grandfather used to call me Polak.
It was the Germans.
Because I was
Germans went at a time when Germany and Russia were fighting over basically Poland. What's the place right next to Poland? Poland and it was an empire. Poland and another the other place. I can't remember the name of it now. Okay, they were kind of fighting over influence over that area.
Slovakia?
No, it's old. Go back. You have to go back in time. It's not now. It's not there now. The name. You have to go back in time. Anyway, and they put out basically a smear campaign on Polish people because Poland was strong. Their army was strong. They were able to beat back the Germans. And so they put out this smear campaign against them. And it went all the way to the United States. And that's that's like the origin of our Polish jokes come from. Is this smear campaign that Germany did against Poland. Lithuania keeps popping into my head, but that's not right. It's not Lithuania. I'll find it. It's like two, not empires. It might be empires actually. But anyway, yeah, I'm having a problem with this idea that at any moment, at any time, anything anybody says can be offensive to anyone.
Well, here's the thing that I don't understand. Let's take Al Franken, John Conyers, some of these men who are being called out for things that happened 10, 15, 20 years ago. Why should they be fired today if they are no longer doing the thing?
I don't know. Well,
how is what they did 15 years ago? How does it affect what they do every day in their job? Why should they lose their job for something they didn't do on the job and it doesn't affect their job? They aren't harassing staffers. Now, John Conyers, it's coming out that he's harassed staffers. But for Al Franken, for example, why would he lose his job in the Senate when he has not done it to anyone since he's been in the Senate? And what he is being accused of was a gag gone wrong, but it was a gag. And two, happened 15 or more years ago. Why would somebody lose their job over that?
I don't know.
What do we hope to gain by having all of these men fired?
Okay, politically speaking, there's a lot to gain.
Okay, for these two men, yes. But I'm talking about for all these other things that are going to come out. We have it every day. We've got 2, 3, 5 men a day.
2, 3, 10.
2, 3, 20. But we have all these men every day. We've got a new list of men who've had all these harassment charges. Some of them are decades old. Some of them are, within the last 5, 10 years.
Yeah, but okay, go ahead.
Why should they lose their job if they if they're no longer doing the behavior? What are we hoping to accomplish in this?
Know.
Yes?
I don't know.
Me too. Me too, since the age of 3 years old until I was 25. But if I go back and say, this guy raped me when I was 17, this guy raped me when I was 25, this guy molested me when I was 3, and this one when I was 6, and this one when I was 6.5, and this one when I was 7, and should they all lose their jobs?
Shouldn't they?
Why?
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, what you're saying is, okay. Now this is a little different because
I'm 43 years old.
It doesn't matter what you are. They committed a crime.
They did commit a crime.
Okay, they committed a crime.
But there's a statute of limitation.
No, but they committed a crime against a child.
They did.
Okay, should they lose their job? Yeah, I would think.
How does them losing their job, but they get no criminal punishment whatsoever because there's a statute of limitation?
Well,
how is that satisfying to the victim?
None of this stuff has to do with satisfying victims. It has to do with penalties for behavior that the society finds outside of the norm. Okay? So if that's the case, if them losing their job is all that can be done because of a statute of limitations, why not?
Because it doesn't solve the problem.
No. It's not going to ever solve the problem. Nothing you do to them will solve the problem. Even if you put them in jail, if you killed them, it won't solve the problem because the act is finished.
It's finished.
So you're never going to solve a problem. And that's not why we penalize people. We don't penalize people to solve problems.
But really, they can get another job.
They might be able to, because if they go into a sex offender registry, they may not be able to get a job.
But they aren't losing their jobs and then having to register as sex offenders.
I know, but you're just
because they are being criminally prosecuted.
I know, but now you're saying that they should be like there should be no statute of limitations on rape.
There shouldn't be.
Okay, fine.
And there shouldn't be statute of limitations
that's a different
on molestation.
Argument. That's a different argument. You were asking, why should they lose their job? They should lose their job because of the fact that there's nothing else that can be done currently. Because there's a statute of limitations. There's nothing else that can be done to hurt these people. They have committed a crime. But the problem that the only problem that I see with this whole thing is, now how do you prove it?
Right.
Like you said, you're 43 years old.
Right, I'm 43.
How do you prove? What if the person's dead already?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just, that's where the problem comes in for me.
Yep.
And I don't think, I mean, should there be a statute of limitations? Probably.
No.
Well, there probably should be, because after a certain amount of time, you can't prove it anyway. Unless you
can't prove it anyway
unless you have proof, like video, audio, proof. Unless you have some kind of that kind of proof, you have no way that 10 years on to say someone raped you.
Right.
Unless either someone was watching.
Yep.
Or you have some kind of video or audio evidence.
Right.
So.
And 40 years ago, nobody had that stuff.
Right. Nobody had that stuff.
And a 3-year-old wouldn't be able to do that.
I mean, but here's the thing. Look at all the people that have come out against Bill Cosby.
Right.
That statute of limitations would have been up by now, right?
Yeah. What is he being prosecuted for, though?
I don't know. Prosecuted.
That's what I said, prosecuted.
It's not like you said persecuted.
Well, we know what he's being persecuted for.
But
what is he being prosecuted for?
I mean, I don't know what it is. But to me, that's where the problem comes in. That's where the issue is. Because I would say that these people that have cases, legitimate cases, and their children, who is it that's going to stand up for them? Because you'd have to actually believe your child. And your child would have to be strong enough to be able to tell you what the hell just happened.
Right.
And then you'd have to bring the case against that other adult on behalf of your child.
Yep.
I mean, come on now.
And most parents don't want to believe it anyway. At least that's what happened with me. And my parents didn't believe me. And they continued to allow the person into the house. People into the house.
Yeah, I don't. It's messed up. I don't have a thing for that.
Oh, here's what Cosby's being charged with. He was charged with 3 counts of aggravated indecent assault against a former Temple University basketball staffer who alleged that the comedian drugged and molested her in 2004 at his home outside of Philadelphia.
Okay, that's one.
No, that's the one he was being charged with. They couldn't charge him with the other ones because of the statute of limitation. That's why I wanted to know what he was being charged with, because if you're saying there's a statute of limitation, these other women coming out and saying me too, starting way back in, the 60s, there's nothing that can happen from that.
Well, outside of
him losing his job,
dragging somebody's name down. I mean, that's essentially the effect that you get. Whoever that is just gets their name gets taken down that way. Yeah, I don't. It's, yeah. I was right. Polish and Lithuania. Poland and Lithuania.
You're smart.
I studied this. I had a coworker that was from Poland.
I remember in Thailand, right?
Mm-hmm. And I asked him because I wanted to know, where does this come from? He didn't know either, though.
Like, I grew up in a very Polish area. And so those weren't things that people said. But, of course, my step-grandfather did because he was a bastard. He was a racist bastard.
I remember hearing Polish jokes all my life.
It
was always white kids that was telling them.
The only
Because
person I
black
ever
people
heard
didn't
him
really
from
have
was
anything.
him.
Black people ain't really had a thing against Polish people.
No. But
So
honestly,
it wasn't us. It was always some white kid that was like, Polish this, Polish that. You must be Polish. It's like, what the hell?
I never heard
What does that even
anything
mean?
like that from my grams and gramps. Never. Never. I couldn't even fathom something like that coming out of their mouths. But him, that was constant for him.
Anyway.
You don't have any more questions about this whole...
Nah, man. I'm telling you, it's just gonna keep sweeping through, and then it's gonna get to the point where you don't hear anything. And then it's gonna be in all of these companies, all of these middle managers. Think about that. Middle managers.
Yep. Those nasty little middle managers.
Oh man, all these middle managers that said a thing.
Do a thing.
Or maybe didn't do, like, they never really were successful in getting the girl.
But they certainly tried.
Yeah. Oh, man. And you worked for you. Or,
I know quite a few of those.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. We got an AP alert. Let's see.
And then you got the presidents and the CEOs and the wannabe powerful, you know. Oh, God.
I want to know.
You're just going to start seeing people just like leaves and fall. They're just going to be coming off the trees.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. We're either going to have all female staffs or we're going to have all male. Because clearly the two can't work together.
Okay, you're talking about the backlash theory that I came up with earlier.
Yeah.
That these men are going to, at some point, they're going to be like, say, enough is enough and just start firing all the women around them. Yeah.
Because they certainly can't fire all the men.
Well, they can't fire everybody. And
it's not like we don't have enough women.
But actually, you know,
qualified
it would be smarter for them to keep the women and fire the men because
the women make less.
And they also constitute a, what's it called? A minority.
Is it really a minority if your entire staff is...
No. Not a minority in your company. Women are a minority in the country. Women are treated as a minority. So if you wanted to be like in good standing with the federal government and your local government, you could hire just women and you meet all the boxes.
But then you start getting discrimination suits from men saying...
You know, that's fine, but if you got a qualified person, you got a qualified person.
Yeah.
But
that's what happens with women now.
Yeah, but think of it this way. What man wants to work in an office full of women?
What woman wants to work in an office full of women?
Okay, that's different.
I don't want to work
That's a totally different issue.
Listen, if I could never work with another woman again, I would be okay.
That's still a totally different issue. Totally different problem. But if you got a man, he's going to have to be really strong to deal with the fact that he's in there with all these women. He's got to be strong. He can't be like a punk.
Or gay.
But
it's got to be gay.
He also can't be alpha male either. Because if he is, then he's going to have the same damn problems all these other guys have.
We need an Omega for real.
That's the funny part. You got to be strong, but you can't be too strong.
You need an Omega.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so messy. It's so messy.
I'm glad we don't have to deal with that part there. at this point.
That's not true. You know that in China.
Oh,
I mean,
well.
what? Like, I think somebody was telling me like a whole bunch of the women at our job got pregnant over the summer.
What?
Yep, by the other male teachers.
But they aren't married to him, so they aren't.
They
having
are
a baby.
now. There's a whole slew of marriages that happened.
Shut up.
Oh yeah, and
Instead
they're
of
all
just
walking around pregnant.
instead of just getting abortions like they normally do.
You know. Well,
Well,
they're at that age where their parents want them to be married.
Yeah, and they're being pushed to have babies. I was reading a story about South Korea or North Korea, because they had that soldier that recently defected, and
Attempted.
no, he did defect. He defected from North Korea. He ran across the demilitarized zone and was shot 40 times.
Well, that's not defecting then, Karen. Defecting is when you're out.
He's out.
No.
He's out. He's alive in South Korea.
I thought he was still back in North Korea.
No.
Are you sure?
I'm positive, because this is the same guy, when they were doing the medical treatment on him, found all the parasites in his bowels and his intestines from human feces. Anyway, he was talking during one of the interviews about how the North Korean women it's now mandatory for them to be soldiers. But how common it is for the generals or the leader of the platoon or whatever it's called,
leader of the platoon.
How common it is for them to rape the female service members. And there's nothing that can be done. These women will be called in and be raped for hours and then sent back to their barracks and be expected to go back the next night for more.
Yeah, that's another thing, I guess, I've never really understood, is the idea of raping women. Especially, how you going to rape somebody who's got a gun?
Man, please. That's like how you're going to hit somebody and then sleep next to them.
Yeah, how you gonna beat up on somebody and tell them to cook you dinner?
I wish.
That's a crazy-ass dude. You know.
They clearly don't deal with a whole lot of Scorpios.
You know, glass sucks.
Glass?
Yeah, man. A lot of women, you'll grind up that glass. And
forget the glass.
You die slow and painfully. That ain't right.
Little rat poison will do you just fine. Those
That's what I'm
black-eyed
saying.
peas taste all right to me.
Who? That's why I guess that's why I don't understand the mentality of this particular man that's out there. There's something about that man that I don't get.
Well, rape happens here a lot.
Yeah, I know.
A lot.
But I mean, this idea that, I don't know, I should have whatever I want. Is that what it is? Is it just selfishness?
It's control, it's power, it's feeling entitled.
Because part of that just sounds
It's not necessarily sexual gratification. It's all about control and power.
I don't get
I'm
it.
so powerful that I can take you if I want to. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, but you just said that these women are in the army.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot they can do about it. That's what I don't see. I don't get that guy.
I don't get that guy either, but
You know?
he'd accidentally get shot one day on purpose.
That's what I don't get. I don't understand who is the guy who's got the nuts that are that big? The freaking huevos. Who is that guy?
He's got quail eggs.
He must not if he's willing to rape a woman over and over and over. And she is packing because that's her damn job. That's like women that are police officers. I bet those stories ain't came out yet.
No.
I'm sure they're out there.
I'm sure they're out there.
You know?
I'm
military,
sure
our military women have been talking about this for a while.
I know.
But the police, they ain't talking. They real quiet right now. You know, we've got it at the highest level in the government. Police is just one of the lower levels of local government. What about the FBI? There ain't nobody talking about the FBI. Nobody talking about CIA.
Nope.
You know,
Secret Service.
Yeah. I mean, all of this stuff. It's not like it stops when you get to these different organizations.
No.
If it's in corporate America and it's in the
We know it
government,
happens in the police
it
department.
happens everywhere. You know, just wait. Okay? Think about all the stories of all the nice little white women that have been having sex with these disadvantaged boys in high schools and
What's
stuff.
wrong with these women?
Okay,
when
where are
did
the
white
stories
women
of those
teachers
principals?
become predators?
Those principals in those schools.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? There's
Yeah.
a whole group of people that ain't nobody talking about.
Yep.
And
Yeah, the teacher thing. What the hell? How are you gonna look at a 14 and be like, ooh, I need some of that?
oh, I could.
A 14-year-old boy?
Okay, I'm never gonna look at a 14-year-old boy like anything. But what I'm saying is, a 14-year-old boy could be as developed as any guy that you'll ever meet.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, absolutely. That's just like a 14-year-old girl could be as developed as any woman you'd ever meet. It's not any different. Once we reach puberty, we essentially start to become what we're going to be for the rest of our lives.
How is they're children.
Okay, you keep trying to put a thing on this that's called this. You keep trying to use semantics. There's a word, you keep saying they're children, but they're not. They're sexually mature people. They've gotten to a certain point in their lives where they've reached sexual maturity. That doesn't mean they're mature in all of their thinking. They're just physically mature.
A 14-year-old
FYI, if I'm a 14-year-old guy and a hot, sexy 30-year-old woman wants to have sex with me, do you think I'm saying no?
Yeah.
No! Hells no! Come on now. I'm a guy. I'm a 14-year-old guy. What is all that I want all day long, every day?
I don't know.
Sex. That's all I can think about. That's all. I mean,
Legos, video games,
I get
food?
no. I have hard-ons just by thinking about eating a hamburger. I mean, come on now. It's being a 14-year-old guy.
What?
I
know you have testosterone surges
this
8 times a minute and blah, 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 blah.
No. This is not a surge. The surge is all below the belt. Okay, and this is just being a teenage boy.
Oh, wait, we have an AP alert from Matt Lauer.
No, we don't need nothing from Matt Lauer.
Fired Today Show host Matt Lauer expresses sorry and regret, saying repairing...
Sorrow, maybe?
No, it says sorry and regret, saying repairing the damage now is a full-time job.
Is English their first language?
Dude, ain't not a damn thing you can do to repair what you fucked up. It's not gonna happen.
Whatever.
There's just like Harvey Weinstein. Oh, he's in sex therapy.
Yeah, that's not gonna.
What the fuck? That's not helping him.
Nope.
That's not his problem.
Nope.
His problem's he's an egomaniac. And he's just a look.
I'm telling you, the thing I said about him is true. He is the walking around version of the guy who always gets the girl, and there's no reason for him to ever get the girl. He is that guy. I mean, he's the guy that goes in the locker room and be like, yeah, I see that picture of that woman. Yeah, I had sex with her the other day. Like, what? You lying. No, she was in my office the other day. Because when you think about it, he could be that guy.
Yeah.
She could be in the magazine, and he could be like, yeah. She wasn't very good.
She's got a mole on her left ass cheek.
Yep. Oh, God. I'm telling you. This whole thing, I don't get. Maybe these men are just stronger and better than me. Because I don't get this idea of...
Can you hear it?
Yes, we can hear your little bubbles over there. Little fake ass bubbles.
not fake. They're real bubbles.
Fake bubbles?
This one had a cork and everything.
Virtual, you can't have fake bubbles.
Fake ass bubbles. Ain't real bubble.
Why not?
I don't know. They ain't real. Little mini bottle over there. Giant mini bottle.
En français.
Mm-hmm. Is it champagne?
It's champagne.
Oh, man. I don't know. All right.
Veda.
The end of our NaPodPoMo. Oh, look at you. You can't even put your nose in it.
It's got it right up my nose.
Uh-huh. It's tingly. What else you got for this last episode? Last one.
Well, I have to have a giggle moment because...
A giggle moment?
Yeah.
Okay, what does that mean?
We've been talking about leaving China. And all
No. We are leaving China. We have not been talking about
the
it.
reasons that we want to leave China. And we're making plans to leave China. So yesterday I posted our resumes. And I expected to get responses. So today I got a response from someone who we've actually worked with in the past, who didn't remember that he'd worked with us because it's been so long. And this man had absolutely no credible information about Central or South America, but he wanted to convince us to stay in China because China is safer and so much better place to live and so much more money, and it's stress-free environment. And all I could do was think about, dude, it is not safer here. My husband is gonna snap and kill somebody. I gotta get him out.
We do make more money.
We do make more money. So then he proceeds to call me twice to try to then convince me that we need to stay in China and he can help me find a job in China.
No.
And that how we'll only make $200 a month in Central or South America. And clearly we can't live on that. But he doesn't know anyone that works there. He doesn't have any contacts there. Oh, well, maybe you can go to South Korea. And I'm like, dude, really? Do you not pay attention to the news? Why would I want to go there? First of all, I've not heard one positive thing about working in South Korea as a foreign teacher.
So haven't.
And second of all, what? Dude, we've got Cheeto fingers and Rocket Man.
Did you say Cheeto fingers?
Yeah.
What is Cheeto fingers?
You know.
No, I actually don't
know.
know.
The Cheeto in chief of our country.
Cheeto and Chief?
Cheeto in chief.
Oh, God.
I refuse to call him the other thing because...
I like Chester Cheetah.
I like Chester Cheetah, too.
Why are we hating on Chester Cheetah?
I don't like cheese puffs, though.
I like Chester.
I like Chester. He's cool. But, you know, the orange spray tan and the wig and his little Twitter account going to bring on nuclear war. I don't want to be anywhere near it.
Yeah, it would be interesting. The history books record that in the year 2017, the world came to an end because of Twitter.
Right? The hell?
Oh, man. No way. Not because of Twitter. Yeah, that's no good.
Because of Twitter. So that was my funny moment. I'm like, no, dude, I got to get out of here.
No, that wasn't the funny moment. The funny moment is what came next.
What? What came next?
The fact that all that stuff wasn't what was funny.
What was funny?
The fact that it was 1 o'clock and he was drunk.
Oh, yeah. So
that's the part that's funny.
But he called me twice. Once he was in a taxi. He's trying to convince me to stay in China. But he's in Manila. And it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And he calls me from a taxi via WeChat. Motherfucker is slurring his words. And not just a little bit, but like straight up 2 a.m. slurring his words. At 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
2 a.m.?
Because you know how it is at 2 a.m. You know, the bar's closing. You done had those last few rounds. 1 o'clock in the morning. So then he calls.
Wait a minute.
Or 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
I go to bed at 9 o'clock.
You go to bed at 8:30 usually. And it's 7 minutes past your bedtime.
See what I'm saying? You talking about? You know what I'm talking about? I don't know what you're talking
Back in the day, you know.
about. No, I ain't know.
But he was slurring his words at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I was like, you got to be drunk to be thinking we're staying. But shit, you drunk at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, dude? And doing business?
Why was he in Manila telling you to stay in China?
I don't know. I don't know if he was on vacation, but it sounded like he wasn't, like he was living there. I don't really know. It was very confusing to me. Because the last time I spoke with him, he was in China. Because he's the guy that put us in contact with the person that helped us get this job.
Can we say that they offended us?
Yeah. Yeah.
By putting us in contact?
Yeah.
I feel offended.
Let's file a workplace harassment suit. Can we do that in China? Probably not.
Can we say the country harassed us?
Yeah. But I don't think we have any legal standing. They harassed you more than me. Because I don't hold ill feelings for China. But I don't have to deal with the people every day. I'm in my nice little bubble. I have the children and I have you, and that's it.
You ain't got a gloat.
I know, it's nice.
You ain't got a gloat. Because... yeah. All right, what else you got? That's it? That's all you got? Ain't no more?
That's it. We've got 3 new videos up on the YouTubes.
On the YouTubes. Where are the YouTubes?
The Traveling Farce.
Anything happening on the Facebooks?
Well, Aaron is inviting people to join him for Dino December. And he would like people to...
What is Dino December?
Well, he has chosen 31 dinosaurs. And he is going to draw a different dinosaur each day. He's going to record the drawing and then put it up on YouTube. So what he's asking is that people send him pictures that they drew of their dinosaurs. And he will then compile make up video of them and then give them a shout out on his YouTube channel at Professor Raptor 25.
Okay.
So
is this going to go up on his YouTube and our YouTube?
It'll go up on his YouTube. It'll go up on our YouTube. It'll also, the list of dinosaurs can be found if you want to participate. The list of dinosaurs can be found on our Facebook page, as well as all the information to submit. There's no prize. This is just something he's doing for fun because he wants to be some sort of paleontologist when he grows up. Well, I don't know if he's decided if he wants to be.
Can he just be a paleontologist? Why do he have to be some sort
Well,
of
because
paleontologist?
been this ongoing conversation about whether he actually wants to go into paleontology to like dig in the dirt, kind of find the bone type thing, or if he wants to do paleontology illustrations. So like they bring him the bones and then he has to illustrate what it would have looked like based on the information they know.
Okay.
So that's how Dino December came about. So Aaron would like to invite anyone to join. Doesn't matter their age or their skill level. But be sure to...
Yeah, it kind of matters. Because if I tried to send them a dinosaur, oh my God.
No. If the 4-year-old wants to send a picture...
My students are laughing right now about the idea of me trying to draw anything. Because the stuff that I put on the board, whoo boy, you better have a good imagination.
Listen, if they laughing at you, they die howling at me. Because I'm worse than you are. But it doesn't matter for Aaron. He says anybody of any age and any skill level can submit, and he will shout them out. So be sure to do hashtag Dino December and send it to Instagram or Twitter at Professor Raptor 25, and be sure to include your name and your age.
Mm-hmm. Do we have anything special going on the iTunes? Just the podcast. Huh?
Just the podcast.
Do we have anything special on on the email? Anything come in on the email that we need to address during the month of December?
No, not
No,
yet.
nothing to preview.
Not yet.
Man, y'all need to get on it because I need some feedback. I need something to talk about now because now the NaPodPoMo thing is just done.
It's the last
We're
day.
finished. We ain't doing no more.
Nope.
But tomorrow, we doing it again.
Okay.
And then we got anything happening on the Blueberry? Blueberry was not opening up for me, so I don't know what's up with
It
that.
opened for me, but I'm also on the VPN, so that could have something to do with it.
But it hasn't been opening, so I don't know.
I was on it earlier.
Oh, well, if you were on it, why weren't you posting? We got to work on that posting thing. We got to get some more stuff up there. I
Well, because I was in the
could get some photography up there too as well.
I was in the process of uploading the videos to YouTube, and they take forever.
Okay, you're on the Traveling Fars site. You're not on Blueberry.
Oh, I don't ever go to just Blueberry.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's what I couldn't get to.
Oh.
All right, and anything on the Twitters? Anything on the Twitters we need to know about? We need to start engaging our social media a little bit more. So
I do
anything. Is
tweet.
there anything happening that we need to deal with? Maybe we need to compile. Maybe we need to compile a list per each thing so that we can have fodder.
Maybe, I don't know.
What about the Instagrams? Anything special on there that we need?
Well, I would like to thank all of our new followers,
Thanks, followers.
because we increased by
following.
about 30 followers over the last 3 days.
Thanks for following. We love it. We love it when people are behind us with the pitchforks. It's great.
It seems like we have a lot of vegans on our following.
Vegans are good. What the health?
So maybe I should start, taking
Watching
some
What the Health. Yes, you
take
should
some
start doing
pictures
that.
of your vegan meals that I make.
Oh,
you
not the
every day.
pictures again.
Well, you have some already. We
Oh,
could post.
God,
But
I've done that. You do it. You make it. You take the picture of it. You stage it. Because I've done that. I did that like almost every meal in Thailand. I did that.
yeah, but that was Thai food. That wasn't.
No, but it was vegan.
Yeah.
And I was showing people, what I was eating because they didn't believe that you could actually eat food.
Right. I got a message from your cousin the other day asking me if I had ever heard of dragon fruit.
No, we don't hear of that. We just eat that
And
damn
I just
thing.
started laughing, and I
Even
sent
that
her.
dark reddish purplish one.
I like that one the best because it's sweet. But I started laughing and sent her a message back and said that it was your favorite, that you eat it as often as we buy it.
Okay. I like it, but my favorite is the pomelo.
Well, yeah, you love the pomelo.
I can't even say pomelo without saying pomelo. Love the pomelo. The king of the citrus fruits. Pomelo is awesome. But dragon fruit is great, especially in the morning. Dragon fruit is tasty.
Yeah, it's really nice in the morning. Yep. So that was funny to me. And then someone asked about lychee today.
Been there, done that.
And one of the responses was, rambutan is better. And I agree, rambutan is better than the lychee.
Dragon eyeballs.
Longan berries, I like those. They're a little peppery.
Mangosteen.
Oh, God.
The
Those will be something else
mangosteen.
I'll miss when we move, is like the longan berries and the jujube and...
No, I won't miss those because if I don't have to eat jujube, I'm happy with not eating jujube.
Oh, I love jujube.
No, I like them, but they have a purpose.
Yeah, it would keep you from getting sick.
Exactly. So if I can live in a place where I don't need jujube, I'm okay with not having jujube.
Yeah, but like the jujube bread and jujube tea, I like the taste of that stuff.
I have a feeling you can get those outside of China
You think
because
so?
they're dried.
Maybe.
They're dried and packaged. You can just buy the packages. I mean, you buy the packages here, and then what do? Throw them in a pot of water and
Boil 'em.
rehydrate them. So, I have a feeling you might be able to find those outside of China.
If you're
Just
really
a Chinese
into
date anyway, that's all it is. Jujube.
like holistic remedies, one of the things that the Chinese traditional medicine doctors will tell you here is to get some of the dried red Chinese date and you soak them in water and boiling water, rinse them off, and then you boil them in a pot of water and add some brown sugar with ginger. And it actually helps with colds and stomach issues and bronchitis. It's really high in vitamin C. So here we have to have it.
It's a must if you live in the north.
Yeah.
It's a must. Like, you will be needing it.
Yep. They're sold everywhere.
Now, down here, honestly,
down here, though,
no,
I
not
find
as
that we
much.
need the pear and ginger more than we need jujube. And the pear and ginger is for, like, when there's really high pollution days, you get sore throats, you've got upset tummy for whatever reason. That's more, and that can be hot or cold. You can drink it hot or cold, but that's more useful for us here.
All right. So, do we have anything out there that we need to address? We need to create a new show for. We got any interest in anything else that people want to know? So right now, we've got the general rants. That's usually when you are on the soapbox for real.
Right.
And then we've got the parenting one, which we haven't done much with that.
Right.
And then we have the Q of the W, which we've done a few of those,
Yep.
which are awesome. I love the question of the week. I think we need to get more questions, so people ask you damn questions.
Yeah.
Especially now that we're like hyped up on not being in China.
Right. We should
and then we
try to get a
have
few more guests.
Well, we can always have guests. And then, what's the other show? The lists. We have to get back to our lists.
Oh, yeah. Those
And
things
then-
grow daily.
And then we have my favorite, number one show, my most favoritist show, Whining Monday. I love the Whining Monday. Whining Monday. I like the Whining Monday. So, all right. You want to hit us up? You can use The Traveling Fars for iTunes, Facebook, and the YouTubes. For email is travelingfars, just travelingfars@gmail.com. Website, thetravelingfars.blueberry.net. Promise we will start putting more stuff up there now that the NaPodPoMo 2017 is coming to an end. Twitter and Instagram, both are just Traveling Fars, so send stuff, send. Read. Like, subscribe.
Yes, like, subscribe, follow.
And just hit us up wherever.
If you aren't subscribed on our Facebook page yet, please subscribe.
We want you. We need
There are
you.
sometimes things I
We
put
want to
on
have you.
Facebook that I don't.
See, now I just
tweet.
offended everybody.
Oi,
I just said, we want you.
really?
So now I got to
Cheeto Fingers is
apologize.
at it again.
Now I got to apologize for saying, we want you, we need you, we got to have you. How messed up is that? See, these are the things.
Look, if you said that
That's
to
just
me,
like, you know.
I'd be okay with
if
it.
I walk out of the bathroom, go to the bathroom, walk out of the bathroom, forget to zip the zipper. Somebody walks by, says, you got to zip your zipper. And I say, I know, it's for easy access. Next thing you know, I'm in trouble. I'm in HR. I'm going down.
You don't say that.
Oh, I used to
mess.
say that all the time. Because it gets a laugh. It gets a laugh out of the women and the men. You know why?
You
Because
know-
it's an uncomfortable situation to even point out that the zipper was down in the first place.
Listen,
And then you thank him for telling you and not letting you walk around like a dumbass with your zipper down.
I can remember a specific time when you came home from work, when you worked at the bank, and you came home with a $75 gift card for a fancy-ish restaurant. The restaurant wasn't fancy, it was just expensive. And I asked you what you had done to get the gift card. And you made a suggestion that you had slept with a coworker.
Right.
And I said, well, go back and do it again because this is
Yes,
not
but
only
see,
enough for
that's
one
at
person.
home, though.
But
None of these people are getting in trouble for or talking to their wives or girlfriends at home.
I understand. But had you said that to somebody at work, you would have been fired. But had you said that to most women, even wives or girlfriends, they would have been offended by that.
No.
You don't think so?
No. Because the only reason I said it is because it was you. So no, it doesn't meet the burden. I'm
I
saying
can't say
that
I was offended because I wasn't.
It's just this thing is so stupid. There's so many things that someone can say that they felt offended by. And we started this with the PC bullshit.
It's valid that they feel offended.
No. I'm not saying that it's not valid. I'm saying that should I lose my job because you were offended?
No.
That's what I'm saying. When should my offending you make me lose my job?
Right.
You see, where's that line? There is no line. All right, I got to get off this topic because you just can keep going around and around and around. But for all of you out there, we want you. We need you. We got to have you.
Yes.
Damn it. Hit us up. Tell us what's up. Give us some feedback. We want to hear from you. We want you. See, in that poster offensive, I want you.
Uncle Sam wants
Uncle
you.
Sam. I'm rolling with Uncle Jam. Fuck Uncle Sam. I'm in Uncle Jam's army. Damn it.
Stupid. So silly.
P-Funk. P-Funk. What? All right.
Goofball.
You got anything else?
Nope,
That's all
that's
you
it.
got? Say goodbye to the people.
Goodbye, people.
Peace.